Welcome back to the All Things Plastics podcast. Today's guest is someone who perfectly bridges the world of fitness and aesthetics. She's a personal trainer, online coach, and content creator based in Atlanta, Georgia, known online as at Gym Girl Jannah. Recently, she went viral after sharing her decision to get a lower bleph, a surgery to remove under-eye bags. And the internet definitely had opinions, from people asking if Botox could have done the same thing to others calling it the best money she's ever spent. Jannah did not hold back. She's here to talk about her healing journey, the reality behind sharing cosmetic surgery as a fitness influencer, and why she believes taking control of your appearance is part of self-care, not vanity. Everyone, welcome Jannah to the show.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course, and you look gorgeous.
Thank you.
And you got out of the gym. You're 2 weeks post-op of a lower bleph, and you just got back from the gym. So I can't wait to dive in and share. But I know a lot of your audience wants to hear the tea. I was reading your comments, and you had over 500, and I was like, oh my gosh, almost everyone was asking the same question.
Yeah, I got a lot of the same questions, so I'm excited to send people to the podcast so that all their questions can be answered, because it's a lot of the same ones.
Now, for anyone who's new to you, where are you from and what got you into fitness?
So I'm from Savannah, Georgia, which is a coastal city about 4 hours outside of Atlanta, but I'm currently based in Atlanta, the suburban area outside Atlanta. And what got me into fitness is, first of all, aesthetics. Funny enough, just being unhappy with my weight, being unhappy in clothes, not feeling confident. And I think, I was in a relationship and you gain a lot of weight and you just kind of let yourself go. So about 5 or 6 years ago now, I started paying more attention to what I ate. I started going to the gym. I started lifting, and I just fell in love with it ever since.
Yes, girl, your transformation, I was scrolling on your Instagram, and amazing. You are putting in the work day and night. I love it. So inspirational.
Thank you. It's not it's definitely not easy to stay on track all the time, but when you find movement and meals that you like and you enjoy, it definitely gets easier.
And you've built a really loyal community online. Before surgery, were you already thinking about aesthetics or changing your under eye bags, or did this come later in your fitness journey after you lost a lot of weight?
So something that probably a lot of my newer followers don't know is I did get a breast lift before getting a lower bleph, because I lost a lot of volume in my breast when I lost weight. So I had already had experience with going under and everything, but I never thought to do anything to my face until I learned about this surgery, because I didn't know anything about a lower bleph or that you can get under eye bags reduced by surgery. So I didn't know anything about it. Had I not known about this surgery, I don't know if I would have done any surgery to my face. I was pretty happy with how my face looked. But when I found this surgery, I was like, this is the one thing I think that would be worth it.
Yeah. And what I find, as I see a lot, is when women lose lots of weight, you of course lose weight in your face, correct? Even subtle changes to your weight, the number on the scale, even 5, 8, 10 pounds, you can see a difference in the face. And I think that's sometimes when women are looking in the mirror, they lost all this weight, they start to notice little things like the hollowness under the eyes or hollowness in the cheekbones. Did that really make a difference too? Did you notice the eye bags were more significant after you lost weight?
It definitely took away some face fat. So it definitely, I think, made my eye bags more pronounced. But I think what really sealed the deal is I started going to a new gym, and the lighting was different. The lighting in the gym was different. It wasn't a lot of natural light. It was just very harsh overhead light, which I love this gym. But it was the lighting. Yes.
It will scare you, girl.
And I was like, okay, this doesn't look good. And that's why sometimes people will comment and say, well, I didn't see you had any under eye bags. Well, that's because I wasn't going to post the ones where the lighting was hitting really, really bad. But it really made me notice them. I was losing the weight. My face fat was getting slimmer. And then this lighting in this gym was just making it worse. I was like,
I hate it. It's dark, and then they have that spotlight over you. Yeah. And it's overcast, and you see every imperfection. You're like, let me scoot back from this mirror really quick, because this is not it.
Right, exactly.
Oh my
and this is my gym that I film at. So I'm like, I got to look good in this lighting. So I got to do something.
Yeah. Now, what made you take the surgical route instead of Botox or fillers like a lot of people suggested in your comments?
So I've always had under eye bags since I was a child. It's hereditary, it's genetic. So even outside of Botox and fillers, there's other things that you try growing up, like cold spoons and teabags and stuff like that. And I've tried all that. And I didn't see myself at this point in life. I never say never, but at this point in life, I don't see myself going back for Botox to correct that area, maybe for other things, but for my under eye bags, I wanted a more permanent solution.
Yeah, you would have to continuously go back every 6 months or to a year. And that's such a hassle, and it adds up too.
Yeah, it is. And by the time I go back for however many rounds, I might have paid for the lower bleph. So I just wanted a route that was a more permanent solution.
Exactly. And I almost wanted to reply to the people in your comments, like, if she got filler or if she got Botox, whatever it was, like, she would have to go back indefinitely. Filler and Botox
Right.
isn't a one-time fix-all solution. Like, you would have got like 50 blephs by that point.
Right.
Now, where did you have your lower bleph done, and how was the consultation process with Dr. Robb?
So I actually got lucky and I found Dr. Robb very quickly. I went to Robb Facial Plastic Surgery in Alpharetta, Georgia. If you're not familiar with Atlanta, Alpharetta is a city about 40 minutes outside of the city of Atlanta. And my experience at the consultation, if anybody is watching this and they are a patient of Dr. Robb's, they know that he is very pleasant, very warm. Like I said, I had a breast lift before, and the surgeon there, while he was very thorough and he explained everything to me, he wasn't very bubbly or warm or super upbeat.
Yeah, his
And Dr.
bedside
Robb was very
manner
like
was...
that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He was super just like telling me I'm beautiful. It was like,
It
he
made
was
you
just
feel
very
welcomed and like more
Right.
at peace with getting the surgery, because you never know what you're going to expect at a consultation. Like, surgeons have so many different personalities. Some are cool and chill. Some are just very stern, old school. So it's really terrifying going in for the first time and meeting them.
Yeah. I do think my breast lift surgeon was a stern and kind of just, I'm doing the surgery kind of guy. He was nice, but he was very stern. But Dr. Robb is very warm. He gives you his personal phone number after he does the surgery so that you can text him, like even on weekends if you have any questions, if you're scared about anything. So just right off the bat, I was very comfortable with him as a surgeon.
Yeah. And I appreciate those type of plastic surgeons. They don't just take your money and, okay, bye, see you at your 1
Right.
week. Like, they give you the cell phone number if you have any questions, because a lot of people do text me, and that puts you guys at ease, especially before surgery.
Yeah. And my last surgeon didn't do that. When I had the breast lift, he did not do that
My
at all.
question, was your last surgeon who did your breast lift, was he older?
He was older than, I don't know how
Okay.
old Dr. Robb is. He does work in he only does face. So he might have some work done that just makes him look a little younger. I don't know how old Dr. Robb is, but he does, I think he is younger than my breast lift surgeon.
Yeah, I was going to say those old school plastic surgeons, especially, some I have worked with in Beverly Hills, they, you ain't getting my phone number. I'll see you at your 1
Right.
week. You can contact my nurse. This is X, Y, and Z. Do you want it or not? So different.
Right.
Now, can we talk about the cost? People in your comments were shocked at different price ranges. And that was like the question after question. How much did your lower bleph cost?
I will say it cost a lot. He's not one of the cheaper surgeons. Alpharetta is kind of it's like a more affluent neighborhood. So I would say the cost just of living in Alpharetta is a little bit higher. So my lower bleph cost $9,000. People are going to go crazy when they hear that.
Yes. On lower blephs, even upper blephs, they're on the rise right now. They're really popular. Not a lot of surgeons do them. And honestly, $9,000 is almost like the price of some people pay to get their whole body done, like in Miami or in Mexico, or even a breast dog in LA is like, I paid $8,500 for mine. So just for one small area, people are going to be shocked. But you get what you pay for, right? You went to an amazing...
It was my face, so I didn't want to mess around with it,
Especially when it's your face, you pay what you get for it, and you went to a good surgeon, and your results are amazing. So I think the $9,000 is definitely worth it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely cheaper surgeons. And I think a lot of people got it cheaper too because they don't know that I was under general anesthesia. I believe that's when they put you completely to sleep.
Yes.
And some doctors don't do it that way. So obviously that is a big chunk of the cost. So that is just something to keep in mind.
And more people were commenting like, why'd you go under general anesthesia for this? Like, you could have done it in the office locally. Did you have a preference at your consultation, or is this how Dr. Robb specifically does this procedure?
I can't say for sure, but I assume one of the reasons I had to go under general anesthesia is because I also got a fat transfer under that in my under eye. So I think that paired with doing the lower bleph, maybe that was a part of the reason, because they take a little bit of fat from your stomach or your thigh. For me, it was your stomach. It wasn't like lipo or anything. It's a very minimal amount of fat.
Don't get it twisted. They barely took any out.
Exactly. It's not that much that makes a difference in your look, but they take a little bit out and they put it under there so that it's not like too hollow. So I think that's a part of the reason why it wasn't done locally.
Yeah. And also,
I was expecting that anyway.
And that adds up to your general anesthesia fee. That goes into the $9,000. That's why it could have been a little bit more.
Right. Yeah.
And did you have to buy anything after recovery, like eye drops, cold compresses, anything like that?
Self-employed, so for like medications and things like that, I did pay out of pocket, and my eye drops were a medication. So I did get those eye drops, but altogether for medication, it was less than $40. So it wasn't even that crazy.
Good.
Yeah. I know a lot of people do buy like red light masks and things like that to recover, but I still may get that in the future, but I didn't get anything like that yet.
Yeah. So many girls, before their surgery, with whatever they're getting, they'll go on TikTok or they'll go on YouTube and they'll see like everyone what they bought. And then all of a sudden they look at their Amazon cart and it's like $800 worth of stuff. And sometimes like you really don't need that.
Yeah. I was
So
spending enough. I was like, if he didn't recommend it, my surgeon didn't recommend anything like that. So I just let it be.
let's talk pain. From 0 to 10, how bad was it really? Was it burning, pressure, soreness?
I would say there's no pain. I mean, I want to say 0, but maybe I'll say like 1 or 2
Mhm.
because it's more discomfort. Some people get a stitch. I forget what the name of the stitch is, but the surgeon like nicknamed
Mhm.
it an annoying stitch where half of your eye is like stitched shut.
Mhm.
So it doesn't hurt. It just looks weird and it's uncomfortable. You can't open your eyes all the way. And then for the first few days after surgery, there are bandages right under your eyes. It just
Yeah.
feels like a lot is happening on your face and you feel uncomfortable. You can't sleep right. But it wasn't painful. So I bought the pain medication, unfortunately, but it wasn't that expensive, but I didn't have to use any of it.
Good. So maybe, I mean,
Mhm.
everyone's pain tolerance is different, but you feel like you could have took Tylenol and
Yeah.
would have been cool.
Yeah. And they give you very strong pain medication. They actually
Mhm.
recommend that you try Tylenol first before you get into that. And I have a very low pain tolerance. Like I
Mhm.
cry in a Brazilian wax. So it was not, I'll
Those
just tell you,
hurt,
it was not
girl.
painful. Yeah. So I don't
I got,
have a good
yeah.
pain tolerance.
Oh my gosh. And the eyes are such a delicate area. Like, were you
Yeah.
nervous at all about being that close to your eyes during surgery?
I know people are surprised about that, but I trusted the surgeon and the surgery was so minor. I don't know. I didn't really
You
think
were
about it
like,
that hard. I was
we
like,
are,
let's do it.
we gonna get it done. We're not gonna think about it. Like, these bags need to
Right.
go. Yeah. No, some
Exactly.
people freak
I
out
was
with,
just so ready to get it done.
yes, because you've been dealing it with your whole life, essentially. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you were like, I'm asleep. I trust him. Let's go get these bags
Yeah.
removed.
Exactly.
Now, you did mention a popped blood vessel and slower healing. What exactly happened and how did you manage that?
My popped blood vessel is actually still healing. The first day, my eye was almost completely red. So it's healing very fast because I'm
Mhm.
only 2 weeks post-op. So the healing is going great with the popped blood vessel. Just with any type of pressure or trauma, if you will, to the eye, you could pop a blood vessel.
Mhm.
My surgeon told me you could pop a blood vessel by just like sneezing too hard.
Yeah.
If your muscles are weak there. I was just one of the unlucky people that happened to have that happen to them because of, them working near that area. So I'm working to heal that. And there's nothing you do have to do to make it heal
Yeah.
faster. It's just a waiting game,
I was
really.
going to say there's really no post-operative treatments that help speed up the process. You just got to wait it out and hope it goes away sooner rather than later.
Yeah. And then for
Yeah.
me, when I was looking up TikToks and things about people's recovery, I saw that people were looking normal, back to normal day 4, day 5. And day 7, day 8, I was still very much swollen. And I'm sure we can insert some pictures, but
Mhm.
I started to freak out because I was like, the bag that I asked him to remove was gone, but the swelling had created a new bag. And I actually am still just a tiny little bit swollen. But a few days after, when everyone else is reporting, yeah, I look normal, I look fine, day 4, day 5, I was still swollen and I was freaking out. But it did go down a lot. Your face changes so much. My face is still kind of changing a little bit. It looks way, way better, but I was freaking out. My swelling took not so long because it's only been 2 weeks, but it took
Yeah.
longer than other people have said it should take.
And that's why I always tell women with whatever plastic surgery you're getting, be careful not to go down this rabbit hole and compare your surgery journey to others because everyone's recovery process is different. Some people heal faster, some people heal slower, some people are more swollen. So just take it with a grain of salt and always refer back to your surgeon like, hey, I'm a little iffy. It's day 7, 8. This is going on. And they'll let you know if that's normal or not. But I'm glad
Yeah.
you didn't freak out too much.
Yeah. And I had Dr. Robb's number, and every time I text him, even day 2, I text him and said, is this normal? And he actually had me come back in just so he could actually feel my face. And he said it
Mhm.
was normal. So that kind of put me at ease.
How long did it take for you to start feeling quote unquote normal again? Like you can go out with sunglasses or makeup?
Today, I still had to go train clients after a week, and I was still swollen. And I will send you some pictures so that we can let them see. But people were asking me, what happened? Did you get in a fight? I
Not
didn't
a
look good.
fight.
Yeah. And that was last week. Like I was really swollen. So today, day 15, I think it's day 15 now. This is
Mhm.
when I feel normal. I'm feeling normal now.
Let's talk about your viral post and public reaction. Your video has over 400,000 views. Were you expecting it to blow up like that?
No. And the only reason I posted it is because I didn't want to go 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month, however long it was going to take for me to look normal. I didn't want to go that long amount of time and not post. So I was like, I can either say that I got a lower bleph or I'm going to be in the gym with sunglasses or I don't know what I'm going to do. So I kind of had to tell people because I was I didn't have anything else to post about. This is what I was doing and this is how I was going to look. So I just posted it so I can stay current and update and make sure that my social media was still current. And who would have thought? I didn't even think anybody would care about that. It wasn't, I just posted
Girl,
it.
No,
To
the
stay
blephs are so hot right now. Everyone's getting them done. They are subtle. It's a subtle surgery, but they make such a huge difference. Like, it's so crazy. And to touch back on what you said, I kind of feel bad, for influencers and content creators where their routine is posting religiously and their community is, wanting to watch their videos and keep up with them. And it's hard for you guys to take a week or two off. Let's say if you were sick or you got something done. So you have to feel the urge to share, whether you kind of want to or you kind of don't. That's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah. And I thought about that too. It's kind of just a double-edged sword. It's like you get backlash if you share it, you get backlash if you don't share it. But I don't see what the stigma is around it. I don't care if people get surgery or not. So I didn't feel guilty about it. I feel like if you want to do it, just do it.
And this is a hot topic. I feel that surgery influencers and content creators are scared to share any surgery journey because surgery talk in the fitness world can be taboo. And let's say you got your bleph done. People might assume that you got other things done because that's just how shitty of a thought process that they have. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, and I thought about that when they said they were going to take fat from my stomach. People might say, well, maybe they did a whole even more CCs than you claim. But I always feel like it doesn't matter what I post, there's somebody that's going to take it and just take it all the way left and twist it into something you didn't mean, or that's a risk no matter what you post. So I was just like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be real. Even if I did one day get lipo or get a BBL, I wouldn't probably. But if I did, I'm going to share it because it doesn't matter which way you go. You could get backlash either way.
Yeah.
If you don't share it, if you share it. So
whether you don't or there's people out there. Yeah, I think being
Yeah.
honest and being transparent about anything you get done, even if it's lip filler, whatever it is, you're going to get hate regardless, which is so annoying and I hate to say. But a lot of your comments were supportive. Your community is strong, girl.
Yeah.
But I did read a couple of comments like, you could have used teabags. What in the... That's like an old school granny regimen. The fact that people think that you can actually... I get it, like putting caffeine under the eyes, that helps with like inflammation and swelling. That's not going to help with eye bags, you guys.
Yeah. And I think maybe 5 years ago or something, I would have had that take because I didn't know what a lower bleph was. So I didn't know that it was fat making the eye bag. I thought maybe I was just chronically tired or always swelling. And I don't know.
Yeah.
When I was younger and they would tell us to put cold spoons on, I mean, obviously that would reduce swelling, but I don't know that it's not swelling. I didn't know it was fat. So if you don't understand why somebody has eye bags, you can't really give them suggestions on how to get rid of them because if you knew that it was fat, and I explained that to you, you wouldn't have that take. That's not going to do anything
100%. And that's,
yeah,
that's another week of me saying, don't comment under people's posts if you don't know what you're talking about. Simple as that. You either like the post or you don't, and you keep it moving.
Right.
Wait, I want to know, what was the most surprising question or comment you saw under your viral post? Do you remember how one that stuck to your mind?
Let me think.
The teabag one took me out.
The teabag one was the most surprising. It was, I guess people were asking if I could see, like, can you see, can you drive? And maybe I did look like I couldn't see. What I didn't like, though, I will say that I did not like is, and women didn't make these jokes, men made these jokes, and more than one man made it. They would make a joke like, oh, what did you do? Or like, you better leave that man alone. Like making a domestic violence joke about my eye, like because I look like somebody punched me in my eye. Please don't play. Like, I don't think that's cute or funny. That was the one where I was just like, okay, you think that's funny? And some of these men like have daughters, like.
Yeah.
Really?
I did not see any of those comments, but that's sick. Like domestic violence jokes, especially coming from a man, like, no, absolutely not.
No, people always said it was in person. Like people that I know made those jokes to me. So I was just like.
Someone said that to your face?
Yeah, because people think it's funny. Like they thought it was a funny joke. I was just like, yeah, I didn't think it was funny. But that was probably the most surprising one.
Yeah, that's surprising. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Now, minus the haters, let's talk about your fitness and your recovery. You just went back today to the gym for the first time and you told me you hit legs. Are you out of your mind?
I did. No, and it was my toughest leg day too. It was like lunges and all types of stuff. It was a hard leg day. Hip thrusts. Yeah, it was heavy.
Gosh, I would be scared. I'm sure you squat and hip thrust a lot, girl. I'd be scared. I'm straining, like fighting for my life. Like,
yeah. And I was I was nervous because I didn't know what was going to happen. But the main reason they tell you to not do any strenuous workouts or activity is for bleeding. They don't want you to bleed. But I was like, I'm done bleeding. It's 2 weeks. I'm about to get back into my routine. I don't care. I'm so diehard about the gym. I'm like, and I'm a bodybuilder. I'm working to change my body right now. So I was like, I took the weight down a little bit, but I was thinking I'm going to do my normal routine. And see what happens. And nothing happened. I was fine.
Yeah. And the reason why a lot, surgeons are stressed about bleeding, your head is very vascular. Whether you get a small cut or an incision or whatever, super vascular, lots of vessels in your head. So anything like straining or putting your head down below your knees, like, can cause any issues. But like you said, your incisions were really small. You were healed up. You went to your post-op appointment. Hitting legs is crazy, but you knew your body and you were in the clear.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. My surgeon did clear me. This is day 15, so I didn't go against what my surgeon said. And I did take the weight down. And I listened to my body. If I did feel any pressure or anything like that, I definitely would have stopped, but I felt okay.
Yeah. Do you sweat a lot?
Actually, I don't. And people comment that a lot on my videos. They're like, you must not be working. You're not sweating. And I don't really sweat a lot,
you
actually.
Just naturally just don't sweat. Okay. I was like, I would be, nervous about sweat dripping down into the eyelids or anything or into the sutures, but that's great that you don't sweat.
Yeah.
But girls, remember, anytime, whether you get actually any body work or a facelift or anything like that, like, remember, ease into your workouts. You had a minor, procedure and you were cleared by your doctor and you followed your post-op rules. And I know getting back into the gym, especially if you're a gym girly, you want to get back in, you're anxious, you don't want to lose your gains and your progress, but make sure just to take it a little bit slower, and you don't have to worry about reps and worry about hitting a new PR. Take it really slow because you don't want to ruin all this money that you spent on your body and have a complication and have to spend more. So just keep that in mind.
Exactly.
And do you think being disciplined with fitness helped you handle recovery better?
I think so. Even when I was getting my pre-op blood work and everything, and they were taking my heart rate and everything, they took my heart rate and they were like, "Are you an athlete?" I was like, wow. So that gave me a lot of confidence in going under general anesthesia and that I would recover quickly, although I don't think I recovered that quickly. I definitely think it helped. I was someone who walked a lot in general, so walking after the day or so after a little bit helps, I'll get blood clots and everything like that. So having like an active lifestyle, I think, helped me recover a lot better. It made me feel more confident to go under general anesthesia because there's always a risk when you do that.
Yes.
So it's good to, keep your health and keep your body up so that you don't have any complications. So I feel confident.
And I appreciate that you're like, it made me feel confident in being healthy going into surgery. And we try to explain to all the girls out there the lifestyle changes that you need to make prior to surgery, regardless of any surgery that you're doing. Like you just said, your heart rate was lower because your heart was stronger, because you're active. And that's like amazing for when you go under. So I tell girls, if you know that you want to get surgery, even if you haven't booked anything yet, start making lifestyle changes, start moving more, start hydrating, go to the gym, follow a workout plan. Like, these things all add up, whether it's a minor or a major procedure.
Yeah. Because they're asking you about all that stuff. They're asking how often you drink, if you smoke, if you exercise, they're asking about all of your medical history. So you want to feel confident going in that you're bringing your best foot forward health-wise.
Do you have any tips for the girls? Let's say they had a bigger procedure done and they have to stay out of the gym for 4 to 6 weeks, which is a long time. Do you have any tips nutrition-wise, like things to help maintain your body, even though you're not as active as you were prior to surgery?
Definitely, because with my breast lift, the procedure I had before, I was out of the gym for 5 weeks. And people should know that going to the gym is not what makes you, it's not, obviously that's where you build muscle, but that's not going to make you lose or gain weight. It helps a minuscule amount, but it's really the diet. So if you keep up that same nutrition, eating a good amount of protein, eating fruits and vegetables with most of your meals, drinking a lot of water, you're not going to see a huge fluctuation or a huge weight gain or weight loss if you're keeping your nutrition consistent as when you were working out. So you'll be fine, I promise. 5 to 6 weeks sounds like a lot, but in the grand scheme of your life, it's like so tiny. So you will not lose our progress. Yeah.
With your breast lift, did you do any meal preps, or did you order from a company? How did you prepare yourself to stay on track during the time you couldn't work out?
My meal prep company was named Shallon, and she is my sister, and she took care of me. I would recommend, if you're having surgery, you're going to need somebody. You're not going to be able to drive yourself home. So if you have someone in your life, a partner, a sibling, a parent, someone in your life that can help take care of you, that is super helpful. Even during my breast lift time, that was a few years ago, I was still pretty active. So the next day I was able to get up and get around and cook for myself. But I can't say that I did too much prepping because I was spoiled and I had somebody there to help me.
I love
both times. So, but it is helpful if you know yourself and you're not going to be up and moving around. Because when I got the surgery, they told me the next day you're going to be out of it. You're going to not feel good, getting up and moving. I wasn't, but I know that's the case for a lot of people. So I definitely would prep some proteins, salads, things that are really quick, easy to digest in case you're nauseous. I would definitely prep that if you know you're not going to have like the biggest support system and you know you might be a little bit more sensitive to the anesthesia.
Yeah. And even I know meal prep companies are expensive. You can even also go to the grocery store and buy like rotisserie chicken or go to Sprouts
Yeah.
or wherever you live, Trader Harris Teeter, wherever it is, and buy ready meats and just like do warm up sides. At least that's a really good option and to help you stay on track.
Yeah. And you will not
Yeah.
lose your gains even if you have to be out for 6 weeks. If as long as you're still eating well, it'll be perfectly fine.
Now, mindset and confidence. How has this surgery changed the way you feel about yourself inside and out? Because it's your face, even though it's a minor surgery, it really makes a difference.
Yeah. And the ultimate test was going back to my gym with the bad lighting and looking in my camera and seeing, okay, did it make a difference? And it really made a world of difference. I can't wait for you guys to see the videos and the pictures, and you will see what I mean when I'm talking about. Now I can finally post all the bad angles for everyone who said I didn't have the bags. I will show you the bags. But it's made me feel, because I do have to be on camera, and I foresee myself being on camera for a few years, until I move to my next endeavor in life. So I have to feel the best that I can on camera. So being back in that lighting and seeing that I'm more happy with my appearance, like it made me really excited. So I'm happy about that.
You definitely have to do a reel of like to show them like literally like all the clips that you did not post under the lighting. Like you guys, look how serious this was. I am not lying. We're not just getting it done just to get it done.
Exactly.
No one wants to spend $9,000 just for the heck of it. Like this was needed.
Exactly. And I even posted a reel because I had pre-filmed some things for that when I was recovering. I could still post. And I posted a reel and someone was like, your eyes look great. And it was something I filmed pre-surgery. And I was like, no, my eyes don't look great. I pick certain clips of when I look the best. So I'll put in some of the clips I didn't use. Yeah.
Yes, you have to.
Yeah.
And, with getting a breast lift and a lower bleph, do you think that the fitness and aesthetic industry should be more open about these conversations to let girls know, like, it's okay, like, whatever difference we want to change about ourselves, as long as you think about it and it's for the right reasons, like, it's okay.
Yeah. And honestly, surgical enhancement and the gym can go hand in hand. You can have a great look and a great physique enhanced with surgery, right? Because there are certain things that naturally you can't always change. You can enhance surgically if you want, if that's your choice, and still go to the gym to maintain that. So they can work hand in hand. I just think it's important to, not that you owe anyone an explanation, but if you are promoting that women can look a certain way, to be honest about how you got there. Like I said, if I ever did get any other enhancements in the future surgically, I definitely would be open to sharing it, because the surgery is not going to do everything. Like you still have to get in the gym and work and maintain it. So they go hand in hand. They can.
And everyone's, it's such an old school mentality that, oh, I'm going to get plastic surgery and I don't need to step foot back in the gym. And it's like, no. This means you need to go to the gym double time. Like you have to maintain your results because they will disappear very quick. Even if you got lipo BBL, you gain fat back in other areas, your butt is sagging, it's dropping, it's looking bad. So you still have to maintain in the gym regardless.
Yeah. And you want to keep up what you paid for, like you said. And even with getting my lower bleph, I've started to invest in facials and better skincare and just taking better care of my appearance even more, because I spent all that money on that part. Now I want to make sure like I keep my skin and everything else looking as
oh my
good
God,
as possible.
that's so funny that you just said that, because today I just filmed a reel on like, you get plastic surgery, but your maintenance is trash. What's the point of getting plastic surgery?
Exactly.
And people are starting to catch on like, oh, like this is right. This is true. But it's like, that's so funny that you just said that, because that's literally dropping next week.
I agree. Definitely.
Yeah. Now, what's next for you? Any fitness projects coming up, content, new goals, especially, with your content skyrocketing?
I would love to get more. I have a lot of wonderful online clients, but if you are in the Atlanta area, I'm working at Alpharetta. So I would love to get more in-person clients to come in and work with me in person to transform your bodies. I help with nutrition. So, if you're post-surgery, you got a BBL and you want to maintain your BBL, come see me at Alpharetta. We can keep the body together. So I would love to get more in-person clients. That's the side of my business that I'm growing now. And I'll definitely be dropping programming in the future, just in case you don't want to fully invest in a personal trainer. That's not, in the budget for you or anything. I'm going to be dropping programming at the top of the year so that you can buy a program if you want to go that route. But if you're in Alpharetta and you want to work in person with a trainer, I would love to have you.
Yes. And you are such an open trainer, because I hate to say this, I have ran into a few trainers, and this is crazy, but I'm going to say it, that have rejected clients. I have a friend in LA that she was going to go to a trainer to get trained, and she got lipo BBL. And the trainer rejected her because she had surgery and felt that it wasn't part of his aesthetic and didn't want to promote a false sense, which is crazy to me.
Yeah,
Have you ran into that?
I'm in the business. First of all, being a personal trainer and being a fitness coach is not all about aesthetics. We need to be strength training. We need to be doing cardio workouts. It's good for our heart. It's good for, to have muscle mass. So it's not all about just looking good. So I would never deny a client. I wouldn't deny a client, period, but I certainly would not deny a client for how they look. And it's not all about how you look. So I'm in the business of making women stronger, making women healthier, regardless of anything, regardless of how you look, regardless of your size. So I don't care if you got surgery or not. That's really irrelevant. I wouldn't even ask you that. Like,
she
I don't
told me
care.
that, and I was like, "You're lying, right? Like, this is a sick joke." And she's like, "No, like he said, like respectfully. I guess he was kind of nice about it, but like respectfully, I don't want to work with you. It just doesn't match my aesthetic and vibe, and I don't want to bring that type of whatever." Like, he didn't want people with a BBL. Pretty much how it was.
Yeah.
He said it in a nice way, and I'm like, okay, but these women want to maintain their results, want to get stronger. They want to do both. You would think that like, what? It did not make any sense to me.
I mean, yeah, you definitely will not have that problem with me. I won't even, it'll be confidential. I won't even ask you if you got a BBL.
I'm like, is this only an LA thing?
Right.
Like,
I mean, yeah, definitely weird.
Such a mess. Yeah. Well, where can listeners find you, train with you, or follow you on your journey?
So in Alpharetta, we are at Energy Experience. That's experience with an X. I am, of course, I'm sure you'll tag me, but I'm Gym Girl Jannah on Instagram. So if you want to work with me, the link will be in my bio to work in person, to work online, and be on the lookout for my programming. Again, if you don't want to hire a trainer, I'll be dropping programming. But yeah.
Yes, and Jannah's content is so good. It's aesthetically pleasing. She's very transparent. She shows befores and afters. So really good fitness content for you girls.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. And I know you're only 2 weeks post-op and you just got out the gym today. And we had to hurry and film this because I know your community wants to hear about your Bleph girl. I'm like, I tried to scroll through the comments. I'm like, did we answer all the questions?
Cost is what people wanted to know. They were like, where did you go? How much did it cost? That's what the girls want to know.
They were on you. And yes, she could see. Her vision was not affected. She can drive.
I could see the whole time. Yes, I could see. I could drive. There was no pain. It was fine. I just looked crazy.
Yeah, she just, and not even that crazy. You looked crazy for like a couple days, your first week, which is not bad, but you look amazing now. And I can't wait to see once the swelling goes down even more and to keep up with you and all that fun stuff.
Thank you.
Well, girls, we will be collabing with Jannah and you can go to her page and see everything and follow her workouts and even hire her as a trainer, BBL or not, girl.
Yes, come see me. I'll get you right.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much. And we will talk to you girls next week. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye.